Hello, everyone. My name is Musin Muhammad, and my speech is on the mass effects of prohibition. Imagine a world where illegal sales of liquor were allowed nationwide, meaning minors could purchase these products at their own risk. Although prohibition occupied a small period of history, its effects were profound and can be seen to this day throughout society. Throughout this speech, I will be discussing the impact that prohibition had on both broken homes and the impact it left on today's society. Now that I have informed you about the effects prohibition had on modern day society, I will discuss how the passing of the 18th Amendment restricted the freedom of specific laws. Women's suffrage was a direct result of the passage of prohibition. Many of the leaders for the movement to outlaw alcohol were the same women who led the fight for women's suffrage. This is demonstrated when Susan B. Anthony stated that the only hope for prohibition is putting the ballot into the hands of women. This movement gave women a place in a government, according to Time magazine. The highest ranking female in government at the time was a 32-year-old assistant U.S. Attorney General Mabel Walker Wilbrand. She oversaw enforcement of prohibition for the first three presidents after the 18th Amendment was passed. Prohibition led to a number of unintended economic consequences that resulted in many problems for women as a whole. Prohibition also led to the closure of breweries and taverns throughout the United States. This caused many men to lose their jobs and have no way to support their families, which also resulted in many broken homes. Due to this many women having to take jobs as bootleggers and hostess and speakeasies Shutter One, women were doing this because the men had no other choice but to drink and didn't have a way to support their families, for lack of better words. According to history, one of the largest negative effects caused by prohibition was its impact on organized crime. Mobsters such as Al Capone rose to prominence selling and transporting illegal alcohol in the Prohibition era. Capone was making up to $100 million a year during the height of the Prohibition era in the 1920s. In today's day and age, that is approximately $8 billion. In conclusion, I have covered some of the largest effects of prohibition and have listed a few facts backing up how this affected times then and even the lasting effects that it still has in today's day and age. I hope that this information has found you well and has informed you properly about the mass effects of prohibition. Thank you all. I appreciate it.